Hello there, Chris Kenobi, coming at you with a moment of inspiration. So how's it gone? How was your week? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Need some prayer? Let me know. Need some encouragement? Let me know. You need somebody to tell you, I know how you feel? Do you need to see that we all go through the same challenges in life? That camaraderie or that bond will give you the encouragement to keep going? Let me know. What can I do for you? But I'm going to ask you to do something else for me and for somebody else. Like, subscribe, and share. It only takes a couple of seconds. And that's all I'm asking for. Like, subscribe, and share. Don't hoard inspiration. Inspiration should be infectious. It's something that should spread. Who do you know that needs inspiration? Now, let's keep going. So let's say you started your day cool. Let's say you started your week okay. Let's say you had the focus you needed. Let's say that you had the inspiration. You had it right in front of you and you're running your race. Let's say everything went fine on Monday. Everything went fine on Tuesday. Let's say it didn't. Let's say somehow on Wednesday, little things started to rise up, taking away your attention. Let's say by Thursday, all hell broke loose and you were completely overwhelmed. And you lost the plot and you lost the race. And now you're sitting here on a Friday morning saying, I just got barely enough to get out and I don't want to do nothing. Let's say that could have happened to you on a Monday. Let's say it happened to you Tuesday. The bottom line, something happened to take away your focus. Something happened to take away your drive. Something happened to take away and sap you of your inspiration. Now, when those things happen, right, and they take away our inspiration, when it takes that away, what are we giving over to that thing? When something comes unexpectedly and it takes our mind away and it causes fear and anger and emotions, we give that thing power. Whatever took your attention this week, no matter how important it was, no matter how you had to deal with it right then and there, no matter what that other person said to you, no matter how somebody made you feel or made you want to respond to it, that person took away your right to success. But it didn't take it. You gave it to them. I give it away. When I lose myself and I get so angry or so depressed or so into the now of dealing with it, I throw all of my strength and all my emotions into that thing. And while I'm doing that, I'm so laser focused on that thing that I forgot about the mission. I forgot about getting through the day. I forgot about getting through the week. I forgot about dealing with all of other life's challenges, but I lose my focus. I've got no inspiration now. Inspiration's out the window. I've got to deal with this thing, Chris, and I've got to deal with this thing right now. I ain't got any time to feel inspired. I don't got any time. My car just broke. My kids just called. Somebody just text me. I got a problem in my body. I don't feel good. I don't have the time or the energy or the wherewithal to feel inspired. It's not true. What you did is you gave that thing your inspiration. You turned it over and gave it license to hold us captive, to hold you captive, to hold you in a place of fear or anger or trepidation, to hold you in a place of worry, to hold you in a place of anxiousness, to hold you in a place with me of depression, to hold me in a place of grief and sadness, to hold me in a place where I had no motivation to move or no motivation to do anything. I knew what was right and I knew what was in front of me, but that thing that was in front of me didn't give me the power or the strength that I needed to push through whatever challenge I was facing at the moment. I lost focus. We lose the game because we lose focus. We lose the game because somehow when we're running the race, we're so busy looking to the left and looking to the right. And yes, we know we have to deal with things to the left and to the right. But that doesn't mean that we have to give that thing all of our attention. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. You can run your race and deal with little things as they come up without losing yourself and losing your strength and your character and your joy and your peace. You can do it. We can juggle more than one thing. And today I've got a quick example of somebody who did just that. Some 2,000 years ago, this guy woke up on a Thursday. He's minding his own business. Ain't bothering nobody. He's hanging out with his friends. He goes to work. He helps some people. He talks to some people. He encourages people. And so he comes back home. He's hanging out with his boys. He has dinner with his boys. And then all of a sudden, the day starts to turn. One of his boys is going to flip him. So he's going to flip him. And so as it goes from there, he knows now he's starting to feel it. The fear, the anxiety, the worry, the stress of what he has to do to finish in the race. Remember with Jesus, and I'm talking about Jesus, he had to get from Thursday to Friday. He had to get from Thursday when he was a free man to Thursday night to when he was arrested, to Friday morning when he was whipped, to Friday afternoon when he was put on a cross, and to being on that cross for hours until finally he screams out, "It's finished." And that finish wasn't a poor "it's finished." That "it is finished" that Jesus says, that was the victory cry. That was saying, I've done it in spite of what you tried to throw at me, world. In spite of all the distractions you tried to give me, I didn't give you that power. It's done. It's finished. So how did he get from a Thursday morning when everything was okay to Thursday afternoon and a Thursday night as things slowly progressed to the negative side to a Thursday night when he gets busted, put in jail, beat in jail overnight, goes to a magistrate and is pronounced guilty, meets another judge on Friday. Friday, he's beaten to the point where you don't even recognize this man's face. Okay? Those little nice pictures of Jesus that you see on the little chains, that's not how Jesus looked. The Bible declares he was beaten so bad, he had no facial features. His face was caved in. He was whipped so bad that as he was whipped on what's called a cat of nine tails, it grabbed his flesh and ripped his flesh off of his body. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, something like that would make me lose focus. Something like that, even a part of getting flipped by my friends and feeling betrayed by my friends, would make me lose focus. The emotion of it all, the feeling of betrayed, the feeling of how could you do this to me? How could you treat me this way? I've been with you for 3.5 years and yet you flipped me. That's enough to make me lose focus right there, but he didn't. Somehow Jesus kept going. Somehow Jesus, in spite of all of that stuff I just described, got to the end of the game where he victoriously said, it's finished. And that's what I want for you, and that's what I want for me. I want you to set a project or goal or something in your mind and heart, something that you want to do, something that you need to do, something that you must do. And I want you to see yourself victorious on the other side. I want you to get from that Monday to that Friday and say boldly and victoriously, it's finished. But to do that, we have to keep focused. How did Jesus keep focused? That's how we need to learn. Because if I can figure out what this guy did, I do it too. I'm going to say it's finished. So let's see. Jesus stayed laser focused. Here's what the Bible says in the book of Hebrews chapter 12. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, despising its shame, and has now sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. So there was inspiration, right? Joy set before him. There's a carrot. There's enduring calamity, enduring stuff that came up that you weren't prepared for. Things happened that could have taken him off guard, but somehow he got through all of that to the end of saying it's finished, and now I'm sitting at the right hand of the throne of God. Same things that happen to us. We start out, We've got this inspiration. Jesus had this inspiration. How do he deal with it? Chris, I can't help myself. When something comes up, I just lose it. When something comes up, I just throw myself into it because I've got to get it done. Nobody could do it like me. I've got to throw myself into it. If it's a text message, I'm going to give that text message a response, but it's not just the response. You're giving your emotions over to that text. You start to look and see if it comes back. What did they say? I've got to answer it. Or that phone call. You got to get that last word in and you've got to explain your position. You've got to deal with it. If it's a financial issue, if it's an emotional issue, I get it. But we can walk and chew gum at the same time, people. We can deal with the emergencies of life that come up and still maintain our focus and still maintain our inspiration to propel us through. How did Jesus do it? Here's the clue. It says right there, he went through the cross. He endured it. He took it. He dealt with it, which means he was in the now. Even though he maintained and retained his inspiration, he had to deal in the now when stuff came up. So he endured the stuff. The stuff was the cross. And the cross was not just painful, it was shameful. It was embarrassing. It was hurtful. It could have brought about a personal shame, a feeling of unworthiness, but the clue is in the word despising. He despised what he went through. What does that word mean? Despise, here's what he did. He treated it with contempt. I give you no authority over me. I give it no power over me. I will address you. I will deal with whatever comes my way, but you are not going to take authority over my heart, mind, strength, and emotions. I ignore it. If you're trying to drag me in on something today, if you're trying to bring me down to earth when I'm flying high, and I'm on a high right now, and I'm feeling inspired and powerful, and you're trying to drag me into your mess, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to reject you no matter what you say. If you try to pull me in by saying a couple choice words or sending me a couple choice text messages or even threaten to cut off my gas, I don't care. I am not going to let that pull me down. I'm going to give it no attention. I'm going to disrespect it. Get out of my way. I've got a mission. I've got somewhere to be. I've got something to do. I'm going to get through this. Yes, I will deal with that emergency, but I'm not letting you drag me down. That's what Jesus did. He stayed laser focused. No matter what came his way, from Thursday to Friday, when all hell broke loose and everything and anything tried to take him off of that cross, somehow Jesus stayed up on that cross. And the crazy thing about it, it said him staying up on that cross was joyful. It was inspirational to him. He didn't lose his inspiration. What was Jesus' inspiration? That's what I want to mention to you today. What was it? Here's a surprise. Because I want you to get this, because all too often we feel that we aren't worthy. All too often, what really slows us down is ourself. The way we look at ourselves, the way we think about ourselves, the way we feel about ourselves, the way we count up all our losses and say we're just a loser or we're unworthy or we'll never make it. The words that we launch against ourselves. All too often, we don't feel like we rate. All too often, we don't feel like we are good enough. All too often, we don't feel like we belong. But here is the kicker that you've got to hold on to. Because I believe that once you grab this today, every time you get ready to feel like your inspiration is ebbing away, this is going to be your double shift. This is going to be your booster fuel to propel you over any line of attack, any line of distraction, any line of hurt or pain or emotional trauma. This is going to plow you over it or plow you through it. Here it is for you today. The joy set before Jesus Christ was you. It was you. He did it for you. You kept him going. It was your face that Jesus saw. Oh, that's impossible. Sorry, it's not. God. He was omniscient. He was past, present, and future. Jesus knew while he was on that cross who you were, when you would be born, the mistakes that you had made that lead you right up until today, the mess that you think you have. He knew all the mistakes, even before you even accepted him for who he is. And even after, he still knows the mistakes that you made and more that you'll probably make tomorrow. But in spite of all of that, you were so valuable to him that he said, for Chris, I see Chris. I see Chris having an opportunity of eternal life. I see Chris having an opportunity to live with me forever in a place where there's no more pain, no more dying, no more crying, no more sickness, no more confusion, no more anxiety, no more grief, no more depression. I see him at that place. I see Chris strong. I see him empowered. I see him successful. I see him purposeful. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter about your condition. Remember, your condition does not dictate who you are in him. To him, you're that valuable to die for. Doesn't matter what your condition is at this moment. You're going to get through that condition. You're going to jump over that condition. You're going to get by or go around that condition, and you're going to be successful. And he knew it. And he said, I'm going to stay up there. Now, I want you to picture that for me. I want you to picture yourself at the bottom of that cross. And I want you to see him looking at you and saying, I'll stay up here for you so that you can have a relationship with me because you're that important to me. Because I don't ever want you to feel like you don't rate. Because I never want you to feel like you don't matter. Because I never want you to feel that you're unimportant. Because I never want you to feel that you're not valuable. I am going to stay up here for you. And so I want you to hold on to me on those days that you feel weak and tired and you don't feel like nothing is making sense and you don't feel valuable and you feel inadequate and you feel like everybody's against you and you feel like you've got no way to win. It's one L after another L after another L. I want you to stop. I want you to recalibrate. I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to take in all of the love that he sacrificed for you and let out all that fear and anxiety and tiredness and exhaustion. And I want you to do it a couple times until you feel inspired again. Whatever that thing was that we said, that question mark that kept you pushing, that kept you going. I want you to see it again. But this time behind it, with all the force of an eternal God pushing you on by saying to you, that you matter, that what happens in your life matters, that you make a difference, and don't let any situation, any problem, any circumstance take you away from that position. From that, the position that he has is that you're valuable. Don't give that away. The price was too high paid for you to be successful. We're going to get to the other side. I told you that. I mean that. I'm in this for the long haul. I am right by your side. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this is making sense. Let me know if I'm just talking. Let me know if you're inspired. Let me know if you can be an inspiration to somebody else. And even if you don't know Jesus Christ, here's an opportunity to get to know him. First, you just realize what he's done for you. First, just realize that all this talk about Good Friday and all this talk about the cross, it was horrific. But personalize it, that you're just that important, that he did it for you before you even know him. And so use that as an invitation for him to say, Jesus, I'd like to get to know you. I like to experience your kind of grace. I want to have a victorious life. And I know with you by my side, I'm that more powerful and I will be successful. Forgive me for the sins that I've committed against you and God. Forgive me, God. Come into my heart and mind. Be with me. Be by my side. Be inside of me and help me to live my life through you. And no matter what happens to you in this life, if you do that, you still win. Oh, earth can be a hard place to be. Sometimes it feels like hell on earth, but it's nothing like the real hell. But in the end, you still win. You can win now with him, and you can win later, eternity. Don't give up. Don't quit fighting. Don't quit believing. Don't quit inspiring. Don't quit holding on to something important. Don't quit believing in yourself. We're going to get to the other side. It's going to be okay. And that's a moment of inspiration.